their own, or one girl was walking on the middle of the track, and and just they said on the catwalk. I think that's the main piece in the middle of the train, between the trains. Just terrible.
It's sad. I don't know what's going on with people lately. Just too much. Way too much.
Yeah. So they, and they try to bring it on people who are coming from out of the country. Nope, that's not. That is everyday folks who live here who are doing this mess, or they doing it just to see what happens. One guy got pushed, and this woman lost her legs last week. It was like you heard that was like last week. This week, two people they had on the news, and then what over shadowed it was these women with TikTok videos, and there was one woman on CNN last night, and she got hit in the back of her head. She's like, it wasn't. She goes, I wasn't on my cell phone. I wasn't bopping the music, and wasn't. And she goes, I was. She said she thought she was full aware of her surroundings.
Mm.
So it's it's a scary time. Like I said, I have to go into the city next Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to drive or not. I have Access-a-Ride, so it'll take me to the Apollo, and I'm just gonna hop on. I'm gonna take my I don't think I'm too scared right now to park, because closest parking to the Apollo with a garage or not is still 2 blocks away, and I'm sure it'll be a lot of people and stuff like that. But Access-a-Ride, they give you door-to-door service, so I think I'm gonna take full advantage and just have them drop me and park my car at Green Acres Mall or something, and then just let them pick me up, drop me there. Only thing is, it's the Joy Reid and Rachel Maddow. Joy Reid's talking about her book about Medgar Evers and his wife and love story, and then they're also talking about politics. And so I said, I'm a fan. I said, go as quick, last second. I'm going. And sure enough, I don't know what time. The only thing is you don't know what time the segment's going to. That's what I meant to do. Call the Apollo and see if they can give me an estimated time, because I don't want to linger around. And if they say the show is 2 hours, I'm going to be going in 2 hours.
I know that's right.
I don't want to hang out there.
Well, for those of you out here on live that are just joining, we're talking about self-care. Don't forget yourself. And what these ladies were discussing, which we had a few discussions before this live, is they're talking about transportation and things that are happening out here in the world, with women getting punched in the face, by random strangers, and just a whole bunch of things that are just going on worldwide that we have to be careful and safe about, right? So self-care comes into play. Self-care is so important for us women, also men, but more so us women, because we're more vulnerable to, what's going on and what have you. So with that said, I want to introduce each person. This is Miss Tanya Michelle. We have Shoba, and then we have Tara.
Hey, everyone.
Yes. So thank you, ladies, for joining. I'm Linda K. Edwards with New Me, New You. We help to educate, enrich, empower, and inspire. We focus on all personal and business development. And we help you by giving information, resources, and referrals, as well as doing outreach. And we facilitate in-person and virtual events. So also we want to observe Good Friday. And we want to just say thank you, Lord, for, giving us this opportunity, for sacrificing yourself for us to be, from sin, and, that we should be thriving every day, and to be grateful for him to sacrifice himself for all of us. So with that said, we're going to continue with this conversation. So ladies, I wanted to ask you, besides us defending ourselves and taking care of ourselves, are there any likes and dislikes that you have? I'll start with Tanya Michelle. Any likes or dislikes you can tell us about that people need to know?
Linda, I'll go last.
Okay. Shoba?
Is in reference to self-care?
In general. Like things that you wouldn't like people to do or say, or, anything that would ruffle your feathers in general.
Oh, gosh, that's a good question. Can I come back to you on that one?
Sure, Tara.
just be, I guess when taking care of your skin as we're getting older, in my mid 50s, I find at least for myself, what else can I do differently? Because I thought that I was told that we have good skin, it's even and all that. Next thing you know, my skin is peeled, it's dry. Vaseline is not always working. These days, it used to be the moisturizer of that was a cold word, Vaseline. And now it's either my skin, I guess with the weather, skin is thirsting, but I would, it's moisturization, and I guess over the years we all say, oh, we don't always need it, but we do as we get older, and now my skin is thirsty for it or some type of moisture, and the thing is, you don't know what to use, if it's if it's Vaseline, or is it something as we get collagen lotion and stuff like that, anything that's like can help with the skin. There's anything that I guess we're in a culture. I've never seen so many women. My pet peeve is seeing people on Botox is toxic, and people. I see women now. They look so manic, like a mannequin, and their eyebrows don't move. And I said, is it getting self-care for ourselves? Does that mean that we're going to turn into plastic? I keep doing this because I see these women, and it's so bad that you don't even see their eyebrows. When they're excited, you don't see the eyebrows moving and stuff like that. And the first thing that comes to mind, Botox,
Wow.
lip injection. Botox.
Well, no, I thank you for sharing that. And let me just be more clear, and I apologize, ladies. What I'm saying is, in regards to self-care, there are different sectors, okay? So what I mean is your likes, your dislikes. I don't like inconsistency. I don't like insecurities. I don't like, stuff like that. Or I love to read. I love to, go out to the park and walk. I love like that. So I apologize if I stunned you with the question. So.
Oh, okay. Can I answer now?
Sure.
Okay. So I love to meditate when I'm stressed out. I love to go by nature. All those are things that I love doing for self-care. Being at the beach, walking on the dockside, sometimes alone, or catch up with friends, have it a talk and walk, through like even hikes in the woods, or I like catching up with my girlfriends. I love going to live bands, live musicals, walking in the city, all likes. Now dislikes, being scared that I have to look over my shoulder because of all the things that are going on in social media or the news. Living on edge, I feel like walking on eggshells. I don't like that. And I feel like lately it's been more than usual. I don't like labels. People put labels on everyone without knowing them, not even giving them the time of day to even get to know. So simple questions like, how are you doing? Or things like that. So I don't like that. And that's my simple, I'll leave it to Michelle's turn.
Yes.
Okay. I'm real simple when it comes to, well, I'm just really learning how to really love the space that I'm in. In other words, I used to feel like I couldn't be in my space without somebody there with me. It didn't make sense because it was always family and children. But I've learned in my 50s that the best self-care for me is just to be by myself, to be to a place where I can get on my bed with my dog and just relax, unwind, flip through the TV, actually find a series that I've never found before and actually watch it instead of sleep on it. My self-care also that I like is my peaceful place is the duck pond. I love to go to the duck pond and sit down and watch the fish come up because we have those big koi fish, look like big goldfish. I love to feed them. I love to feed the turtles. I love to feed the ducks. And in return, I love to just look at the beauty of the sky itself, the birds, the tree. Like I actually take notice of my surroundings. And that brings me to a peaceful place. A peaceful place as we're all throughout the week and at home. Sometimes it could be a little bit of turmoil, especially when you live with other people. Um, so I'm learning in my self-care journey to love me enough to want to be with me and not to think that I always have to be with somebody else in order to feel like me. So I'm loving that part of my life now. What I don't like is um constantly giving myself, and in return, people taking my kindness for a weakness. Um, I don't like still, I don't, y'all might like it, but I don't like going to the beach by myself. To me, I just think that it does not do me justice unless I have a grandbaby with me or unless I'm going with friends or a girlfriend. Now, that's one part of my self-love journey that I just don't want to do by myself because it's I don't know, I can't explain it. To me, that's just one thing that I'm willing to share. But everything else in my old age, I'm learning to just sit back and do my toes, actually soak my feet, do my toenails, file my toenails, like actually look at my hands and my skin. Try to, like she was talking about the face. I've now bought products for my face, the turmeric and kojic soap, because I find out that since I went through this drastic weight loss, my face seems like now I got more wrinkles. It's not full anymore. See, when it was fat, it was full, it was tight. Now I have to deal with being comfortable in the skin that I'm actually in now. So I bought some Oil of Olay products. I've got on Paula's Choice. It's a website which she specializes in natural skincare, to help with the crow's feet and the wrinkles on the forehead and, all of the things that make us feel like, hey, wait a minute, this is coming kind of quick. Is it the weight loss or is it actually my age? So I'm going on a self-love journey of looking for products for my skin, like she said, to take care of, it seems like the dryness, the sagginess, or like, did I have wrinkles across my forehead like this? So now every morning I'm making sure I wash my face with the turmeric soap. I let it air dry. I'm using the turmeric and vitamin C drops on my face to even my skin tone and tighten. So I've been more aware now in this self-love journey, the older I get, realizing that, hey, this skin ain't skinning like it used to no more. As where I was always just a wash your face, put some cocoa butter on and go type of person. So I'm actually learning to love my skin, to take care of my skin, to try to keep it as supple and plump as possible, you know, so I could really enjoy me, enjoy what I see. Um, Not because of what I think somebody else would like, but because I see that there needs to be improvement, in my skin. Why does my face look darker than my neck area? Why does, so I'm now looking at how can I even overall the face and the neck. So I've been doing more research as far as um, you know, what to put on my skin, what not to. Is there such thing as Firmin eye lotion compared to regular skin lotion? Like, what's the difference? Like, I'm finding out that there's no such thing. That whatever you could put on your face for wrinkles and crow's feet, you can also put on your eyes. I just read an article where they said that that's a bunch of hogwash. That there is no such thing as eye care, eye serums and stuff like that. That if you putting something on your face for olive oil for your face, for your frown marks or for your forehead, is also good enough to put under your eyes and over your eyes as long as you don't get it in your eyes. And I'm like, huh? Because I just bought stuff for my eyes specifically, for puffiness, for dark spots, for dark
Me too.
circles, and then I'm finding out that's unnecessary because the same stuff that you put on your face that has the hydraulic acid and the vitamin C and for discolorations, you can also use for under your eyes and crow's feet as long as you don't get it in the eye. So right now my self-care is strictly on my appearance so that I feel better. Um, like I said, mainly because I feel like I'm having some pigmentation issues now. You know, now that I've lost the weight, where some parts of my body seems dark and some seems light. So I'm focusing more on getting me all one skin tone so I can be comfortable. Looking for a lot of um, natural recipes to put on my face, not a whole bunch of this stuff with chemicals in it, but like maybe actually turmeric, you know, handmade, where people are making turmeric soap and they're putting in vitamin E and vitamin C and they're putting in the kojic that also helps brighten, you know, like Glow Melanin and other companies that specialize in ethnicities, uh, you know, products for ethnicities that's not chemicals, you know, that actually will help with our discoloration under the arms, how under your arms could get dark and, you know, in between your thighs and, you know, certain body parts from friction and just because of, you know, um, that's just how we are as, you know, a race of people that we get the discolorations under the arms and between the thighs, the neck. So my self-love journey right now and self-care is basically trying to get everything blended in, supple, picked up, and you know, kind of not reminding me that old age is creeping up in there.
You're well seasoned, well seasoned. That's what I call it. Okay,
Yeah.
so ladies, so now that we went to that, I wanted to get into what makes you feel pretty when you get dressed up. Like, you know, what do you like to wear? Do you like, you know, to wear, you know, jogging suits? Are you into your, you know, skirts, you know, stuff like that. So I'll go back to Shoba.
So this is something I'm trying to do, and I'm not always consistent with it, but on the weekends, I like to have my outfits organized for Monday through Saturday on Monday through Sunday on like whether it's my jeans, my blouses. I don't always have it all organized, but that way I don't have to think ahead or think when I wake up in the morning, what am I wearing? So not always. Now, do I feel better in dresses? Yes. I do feel
Yeah.
better when I do my makeup, actually take the time to put in the leave-in creams and the style products to do my curls. But if I actually do attempt to do my curls, it's an extra half hour to pay attention to my hair. And guess what? When I actually do my hair, I don't always do it on a daily basis because sometimes when I don't have the patience for myself, it'll be in a bun. But if I actually do my hair and wear dresses, I do feel prettier.
Oh,
Dresses that fit and hide, you
cute,
know,
cute.
hide the extra curves.
Well, you're curvaceous women, and just grab those curves and just be happy with it because there's some people who don't have any at all.
You
So,
right. I don't.
so, you know, just love the skin you're in. Tara?
Um, well, I just what do I do? Well, I'm more now more a little more outgoing. I actually just got my finally got my passport. So the one thing
Oh.
I said, you know, I can't be afraid to either if I don't have anyone to go with me to do things by myself and just be safe, kind of let people know where you know where I am or where you are. And just you know start just go if you're not gonna like for me I do a lot of stuff during the daytime and you know people are either at work or you know so I find myself just which makes me a little more happy to just up and you know up and go make a quick plan but it's something that's going to a daytime talk show I like to go to the View. It's during the day with Whoopi.
Oh, I would love to go.
I enjoy doing that. So sometimes just up and going and trying not to be afraid to just go on my own and do it by myself. That makes me happy. I love spending time with my fur baby. And she's like my best buddy because now it's just the two of us. I had another dog who recently had Albert who passed in November. And so it's just the two of us now, and I find myself she's now listed as a service dog, and she knows everything he did, and I enjoy taking her everywhere. She loves people, but part of my self care is just getting out and going and not being a homebody, and I think that's part of what my weight had came on, was being at home. So I have a very small circle of friends, um, and I just find myself, just get out, and we only have one life, got, to live, and this, and to sit and do nothing. One gentleman came up to me today during my little daytime job, and he said, what God, he said, it's out of nowhere. He says, he said, God sent me to tell you. He said, get out and do something. If he said he's provided the roof over your head, clothes. He said you have enough food, and a roof over your head, clothes, and your ride. Because I was looking into getting another vehicle, and I really don't. I just wanted something newer, so I wouldn't have to such an older car. But he's like, you know what? God said to tell you, you're good. He said the main thing is now, have a relationship with me. You try. He said, you can't take all this stuff that I have, and I'm a yarn hoarder and all the. He said, all the stuff, you can't take none of this mess with you. And so I said, that was like almost like a quick wake up call. He said, I provide a roof. You can take care of your basics, your rent, you got food. You're not going to be hungry. He said, talk to me. So he's like, he just came over to me. He said, he gave me a hug and everything. He said, you're good. You have what you need. Now work with what you got, and just, and talk to him a little, more often. And, because you can't, he said, but his bottom message was, you can't take none of this with you. And all the stuff we're trying to get and trying to do this, try to do that. And I said, you know what? Thank you for snapping me back. That's the reality. And that was today. And he said, he said, just, thank you. He said, you going home today? I said, yeah. He said, you have transportation to get home? And I said, yeah. He said, you're good. He said, you're okay. You do this, do that. And he's like, almost like a little checklist. He said, now, remember, anything can happen and you can't take none of this with you. And he said, all right, now you have a great rest of your day.
That's amazing. But I don't know if you heard me ask in regards to fashion, like how you like to dress. Like,
no, I didn't hear that. Dress wise, I'm very comfortable. If I have on a leggings, and if I could wear my 80s style leg warmers all year round, I would. I love the show Fame from back then. It's kind of stuck with me. I'm more casual. I'm not, summertime is the only time I'll really put on a dress or a shirt, but I'm very comfortable in just every day, like a t-shirt, jeans, not even jeans, t-shirt, leggings, colorful prints, and when I can, and then get up and anything is a wash and go. I don't like to iron nothing. So if I could wash and go and put it on and be ready. Only time I'll take time to do anything is if I have to, put on, do my hair, a lace front, whatever, and put on my cotton, then I'll do something. But I'm dress wise, I'm very comfortable in wash and go clothing, as long as it doesn't have any pet fur on it. So that's where my little thing comes in. This is a handy tool. I have right next to me because she's, she likes to rub up against it. And I'm doing all this.
No, that's nice what the gentleman said. And I did acknowledge, and I'm hearing it, and us ladies really honor that, because, we tend to think of what we think we need. You know what I'm saying? Like, we think we need a newer car. Because I'm right there with you. I was saying the same thing, like maybe a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, I need to upgrade my car. And then I'm like, wait a minute. God tapped me on the shoulder and was like, girl, if you ever talk about some car right now, when you have one that you drive, there's nothing wrong with it. It's workable and you get to and from. So what are you talking about? You need to be talking to me and focusing on me more, because I'm your provider. I'm the one that will give you whatever you need, and you have what you need. But anyway, we're going to run over to Tanya Michelle.
Okay. What makes me feel cute is I'm a dress person. I do like dresses. To me, it's easier. I don't have to worry about nothing being constricted and can't move and none of that. Um, I like to go ahead, wet my hair, wave it up, do my little edges, honey, and I might put on some a little lip gloss and stretch my little eyelashes out. Depends on where I'm going. But
Right.
I feel cute when I put on them little leggings with a little shirt, and I be looking for something in the back. I don't see nothing, but I be pretending like I do anyway. So I just hold my head up high and still say, I don't care for 55. I think I'm still cute. And I go about my business.
25.
Go about my 55. I just go about my business. But I love dresses. I love dresses. I love dresses. I love the tennis type dresses that got the split on the side of the leg. I love the little mini type dresses that go to the knees and that, have the arms out. Anything that's comfortable, that can be cute, that you could dress it up with some heels, or you could dress it down with some flip flops. Um, I don't do makeup no more like I used to. I used to do makeup like back in the day, had to have eyeliner on and a little lipstick every day. But as I started embracing
Mm.
um who God said I was, not who I felt like I needed to be, because I felt like I was ugly if I didn't have on lipstick. I felt like I was ugly if I didn't have on eyeliner. I felt like I was ugly if I didn't have a little eyeshadow on from time to time, because I had got so conditioned on seeing myself made up that I didn't realize that the real me was up underneath all of that.
Mm.
So as God started to transition me to really find me, I would start to put lipstick on and be like, ew, and wipe it off my mouth like I didn't like it. I would go to put eyeshadow on, just the same color as whatever I had on, and it wouldn't look right. It was like everything I used to do, it was like, oh, so you don't like what you see. Oh, so I didn't know what I was doing. Like I kept hearing God talk to me, and I did not start embracing to who I really was and what I really looked like until about maybe 6 years ago. Before then, you will not catch me without lipstick. You will not catch me without eyeliner. You will not catch me without eyeshadow every time I went out. So I can't understand that transformation, except for I um I started looking at how some people could not go without certain things on their face, and they couldn't go without certain colors and certain eyelashes, and I was just look, but God had to show me, okay,
Mm.
but you got to wear eyeliner every day. You might not put all that foundation on, but you feel like you can't go nowhere without eyeliner. You might not do that, but if you don't do eyeliner, you always putting on some colored lip gloss, and so I had to start saying, when did we get to a point where we didn't love who we actually saw in the mirror that was natural?
Right.
I don't want that Jezebel
Mm.
experience
Wow.
where you're made up to the point to where you don't even recognize yourself
Mm.
when you look at yourself, because you don't put so much on yourself that you
Wow.
don't lost yourself. And I got tired of feeling lost. I wanted to know, what do I look like? Who is Tanya Michelle? Who is she?
Mm.
Who is she? If I don't wear no lip gloss, can I still look at that face in the mirror? If I don't wear no eyeliner, can I still deal with the natural dark eyes that she inherited from her grandmother? And she just know that because of her culture and what she's mixed with, she's going to have those dark eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Because I never liked those dark eyes. I felt like I had to put eyeliner on to take away from it, but it actually made it worse now that I think about it. So when I started just embracing where I came from, who I came from, what I was mixed with, certain things that was passed down to me that I could not cover up, no matter how much makeup I put on, it was not going to go away. And just actually see me the way God saw me, that helped me with the makeup part. But now when I get dressed, I don't do none of that. But my main concern is, how do I feel with what I put on? Do I feel overloaded? Do I feel bloated? Do I feel like, look at my feet and say, "Oh, my feet look dry. They're not done." Like, I'm more worried about, like we've talking about, is my skin oiled? Does it look healthy? You know, I'm not worried about no more feeling and looking like a clown no more.
Right.
Because basically, if you break it down, once I stripped all that stuff off, who was that looking at me? Who is that? It's like a whole different person. And I learned that from my son's wedding. They had made me up so that I looked like a porcelain doll. I didn't even recognize who I was. And that was the last time I said I ever wanted makeup on my face because I didn't even recognize me, even though that was the happiest day of his life. But when I looked at me, I kept saying, that's me. That's me. I was looking for me. And while they was walking down that strip to go into that car, I had Neutrogena wipes wiping it off at the wedding before the wedding was even over. Because that was not me. I have to learn to love me, to embrace me.
Right.
And in my self-love journey, that's what I learned to do. I learned outside of the makeup, who am I? If I don't have no eyeliner, who am I? Can I still look at that person in the mirror? If I don't put on that colored lip gloss, can I still look at that person in the mirror and say she's beautiful? Because I couldn't do it, y'all. I couldn't do it. I didn't like what I saw, so I thought I could doctor it up. But in reality, I didn't doctor it up. All I did was cover it up. That lip gloss, that eyeliner, that eyeshadow, it did not clean up the person on the inside.
This is powerful.
So as God started dealing with the inside, the outside started to fall off. Because I wanted the real me. I wanted the me that Linda would see. I wanted the real me that somebody randomly would say, you are so pretty. And I would say, who, me? Because outside of makeup, I didn't see what you see. And I would tell people that. Until somebody pulled me to the side and said, you got to stop that. People compliment you and you always say, who, me? I don't see what y'all see. And those are my favorite words.
I think Shoba wants to ask you something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you think it has a lot to do with, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you. It's very powerful, all the things you're saying, but I think it started years and years ago, even before social media and technology got so big. Magazines had size 0 as supermodels, size 4 as supermodels. Every person, societal. Every person you see in Hollywood, Bollywood, any kind of Hollywood, whatever, everybody famous always had makeup on, always had look perfect. But the thing is, that's all makeup. It's all makeup and it's all, but everyone's scared to walk around natural looking. And we felt that if we didn't do the same, then we're not normal, we're not good enough. And so what you're saying is absolutely true, that I think we're all beautiful without any of the extra garbage that does a number on our skin. So it's like you said, I sent you a link to on somebody saying about us looking in the mirror and loving ourselves first. Doesn't matter about anybody else's opinions.
Well, first off, I want to tell each and every one of you, and it's not because I'm either related or a friend. I really truly believe that you all are beautiful. And whether you have on lip gloss, lipstick, you are the most beautiful creature that God has ever created. And you don't ever forget it. You're a masterpiece. And I'm coming from my heart. And you don't ever forget that. When you look in that mirror in the morning, as soon as you wake up, look at yourself and say, I am beautiful. I am blessed. I'm God's masterpiece. And I'm enough. Okay, because I'm going to tell you a little secret about me if you haven't heard it already. My sister, and I, we're very grateful that we have a mixed background and we have good hair. Look at my sister. She has my mom's hair more so with the pretty waves and stuff. And I'm grateful for mine as well. So I used to wear it. It all started with one piece of weave to add to my own hair when my hair was much longer than what it is now. And I went from that to a wig to feeling like without the wig, I just couldn't do it. I mean, I was literally in the summertime burning up in the heat with my wig piece on. I wouldn't take it off for nobody. And at the time that I was dating, the guy that was dating me, you know, they never pushed on me about my hair or anything, but they were like, well, babe, what is your hair like? Is it long? Is it short? And I'm like, just don't touch it. That's all I do. Don't touch it. Don't pull it, don't touch it, don't nothing. But it took me a long time until what is it now? About 4 years now. I had to cut my hair down. And one of my cousins, oh my gosh, you know our cousin, you know, she had me sit down one day and just twisted my hair and was like, you don't need these wigs, you know, your hair will grow back. I know it will. And gave me that encouragement. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it alone. I don't care, you know, how short it is. I'm just gonna rock it the way it is. And I got a lot of compliments. People were like, that's your hair. Oh, girl, you know, you should have been wearing your hair. And I'm like, I should, you know, like it made me feel good because I didn't see, like my sister was saying, you know, I didn't see that about myself. I felt like without that long wig that was down my back, it wasn't, you know, but it took me a while. But now I feel so free because
Right.
whatever God, you know, has for me as far as a man, you know, a husband, I want him to meet me like this first. So if
Right.
I even decided to go to a piece of, you know, a little piece of weave or put back on a wig, he knows exactly what his wife looks like, you know,
Right.
from the beginning. Like I know her as her, you know, and it's so freeing and relaxing and great to just be you. You know, I don't wear makeup like that except for like a little lip gloss here and there. But even so, if you see some of my lives, I haven't had nothing, no eyeliner, no none of that. And thank God I feel comfortable in that area because I'm like, you know what? I'm cute. I'm not gonna let nobody define me. The
Right.
makeup doesn't make me, I make the makeup. If I do even try to put that on, you know, I'll
Right.
match up my
It's just an
lipstick.
enhancement, not
It
because I gotta
is.
have it.
It's thank God, right? So it's like somebody just put a post on one of my pictures today. A gentleman came up and gave me a compliment of an old picture. I was a little couple years younger, but he was like, "Oh, is that your skin?" I said, "Yes, by the grace of God, my humble heart, yes." You know, I was provided with good skin, thank God. But you know, I'm very grateful for the compliment because I don't look at it that way. You know, that you doggone right. Shoba said our men better love us with no makeup. Absolutely. Because I don't want to roll over one day, you know, and he look and be like, "Whoa, what happened to the girl that was that week? You know, I saw her yesterday, you know." So it's just refreshing. Just ladies out there, whoever's watching this live, just know that be comfortable in your own skin. Don't
Yeah,
worry about
right.
what anybody else is thinking, seeing. Those eyelashes and stuff, they're beautiful. I love to see, you know, some women with them on and some women, oh,
Right.
I ain't gonna go there. But then when you take them off and you be like, oh my God, I can't be seen without them,
Right.
you get addicted to it, just like my hair. I couldn't,
Right.
you couldn't catch me without a wig. I mean, every other week I act like I was going to the hairdresser and getting a new wig, you know, and it was costly, you know, but then when I you know, one day let down and just like, you know what, I'm just gonna be me. Hello, this is Linda. You know what I mean? So you know, I'm Michelle. I thank you for sharing your story. I feel you. You know, Shoba, I feel you. I thank you, Tara. You know, because us women, we have to give each other uplift and encouragement. Okay,
Right.
it's not about, you know, who thinks they're better than who and all that. Not we shouldn't even think that way because whatever one is weak in, the other one should, with the strength, should push that person up. It shouldn't be any comparison. It shouldn't be any, you know, feeling any kind of way, especially if you're a true friend. A true
Right.
friend, they're going to tell you whether you got a booger on your nose, if you're, you know, you got tissue paper on your shoe, you know, that's a good friend. They're not going to let you walk out there looking any kind of way. We that's just what we do when we genuinely love each other as women. You know, I remember back in the day when we used to be in the club and we would go in the bathroom and we'd have a whole conversation with everybody in there. Girl, where you get those shoes? Oh, those are nice. Oh, that dress fits really nice, girl. You know, and stuff like that. And then the guys were out there like, what in the world are those women doing in there? but it's all a thing about empowerment and uplifting and just letting another woman know that she's beautiful. It doesn't take anything from you. It really doesn't. But the other thing that I wanted to get into, because when we talk about these things, we get like, whoa, but I wanted to touch on relationships really quickly, because us women, seasoned women, young women of all ages, and sizes, and so we tend to think that we have to have someone, but we don't have to have them, but we would like to have someone. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. At all. We're made to have someone. That's what God doesn't want us alone. He doesn't want us to be all by ourselves. So in relationship wise, what do you look for in a man, Shoba?
Oh, I have a huge list. I actually just wrote this myself the other day. Do I want to read it out loud? Is it okay?
Yeah,
Let me.
I want to hear it.
Goodness.
Yeah, we want to hear it.
I definitely, let's see if I can go back and I'll skim through the things that I want. I wrote it as a prayer because somebody told me to pray specific, and I never prayed specific. I always prayed very general of things like God is much higher than me. He's a higher power. He already knows what is meant for me. So he already knows who's I'm going to walk in with him, knowing him. But somebody else told me this, and I always take advice from other people. They say, nope, you can't just make a general prayer. You have to pray specific because he does hear it. So then I wrote, okay, future spouse. Let's see if some of these things might not be safe to read out loud in public, but can communicate.
Well, then don't read it.
Yeah, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Yeah, basically, so my future spouse should be able to communicate, like our communication should flow easily. The way we understand each other, whether it's body language, tone, our morals and our values, then trustworthy, spiritual. I always want a divine counterpart, meaning someone that God wants to die with. That is meant to live like a long partnership with me. Cooks all kinds of healthy foods. Wants to grow with. Protective of me. Can get along with my family. Loves to travel. Loves to pick out my outfits for me because I'm not always the fashion, number one fashion. Like I really don't know how to keep up with all the styles. So if he wants to dress me and he I would appreciate it. Obviously intellect, that we're flowing and growing together intellectually, not just spiritually, not just physically, pushing each other to exercise, making sure that we're both staying healthy, working as a team, not someone who's still working on addictions, whether it's extreme cases of drugs, like too much marijuana, too much alcohol. Like one thing is to do something socially, but there's a difference when you become addicted and all your paychecks are going to a bottle. Someone who loves nature, loves art, is respectful. I could keep going on. Emotionally intelligent. Loyal, emotionally intelligent. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of my list. But I'm still working on it, as in praying for it, because I never really prayed specific for my spouse, and something I'm still learning how to do. Yeah.
That's some of my stuff that you got in there.
That's
I got
what I said.
that list. Do you have a specific height or anything like that, like body weight or anything like that? Because I'm not even gonna lie, I'm kind of like that, but not as much.
Yes, at least 2 inches taller than me, and definitely I would like a guy who's bigger than me and like fit enough to carry me if I need to be carried. But I mean, I think I'm probably a person who would compensate. If other characteristics are much stronger, then I'm okay with that too. Because I know there are times in my life I've never been the size 4 and a size 6, or, so I can't expect a person to be a model. That I don't need those. There are other priorities than just the physical looks.
Right.
Yeah,
absolutely. Tanya?
Mm, mm. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna be real quick because I can get long winded. Um. Okay. 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 All right. The first thing I think I would want first of all that I would want to see from any guy that called themselves interested in me is that they're consistent. They're consistent on pursuing me. Because a lot of men will say one thing, but then they'll fall off, and then they'll try to come back, and then they'll fall off again. Like who raised you? Like, what the heck is your problem? You don't get to come in and out somebody's life when you feel like it. So my main thing is before we can even get into a relationship, God, send me somebody that's consistent. Send me somebody that's trustworthy. First of all, send me somebody that even acknowledges that there is a God. That God, sees all, knows all. He doesn't have to be religious, with a religious spirit, but I need him to be spiritual. I need him to be in tune that there is a creator, that there is um that there is a greater power. I really would prefer him, God, really do that. He believed biblically, even if he had some other beliefs, as long as it didn't, as long as it don't mess up mine. Because to be honest, I'm still on a spiritual journey myself. Some things I agree with that I've learned over the years in Christianity, and some things that I don't. So I'm starting to learn to tread a little differently in that area, but not willing to compromise the wholeness of what I believe is my soul. So he definitely has to be spiritual, not religious, but spiritual. Um I would really prefer that he did have some biblical knowledge. Because I really don't want to have to teach a man.
Mm.
Even though we could learn, of course, we can learn from each other. I'm not saying that I know it all because I know he might learn some things from me just as well as I might learn some things from him. But I don't want to raise a man. I don't want the man. I want a man. Why you? I'm on the phone. Excuse me, y'all. That was my oldest son coming in because his dog is in the backyard
That's okay.
running like he's crazy.
I just wanted to say also that Shoba was saying goodbye because she had to go. So just to let you know, she had to leave. Okay.
Oh,
I have to get off soon myself, but I think that
okay.
You all reach out. So I
Your turn. Go.
You all, I just want to say I ditto you all's list. I have not taken the time to write that out, and I love it, and I need to be, as they said, and write it down, because as much as I want to, someone, my, TV husband, I would love to have a real life one with all the characteristics. I think that was a well put together list that you all have, because as much as I want, and bottom line is respect, and nothing wrong with that, but at the same time,
right.
Prayer partner, someone who's I love that list. She said, like, you think, okay, we got to dress ourselves instead of, I little things like that. I think that's, when it comes, I need to write out a list, because, it's one thing, respect, but then at the same time, sharing responsibility, working together. And it's not just, well, let me, I'll do everything. And I've been that person, but I want someone who's, like I said, travel. That's a goal on my list. I don't, as they say, not, it's a long things. And as much as you want the visual part of what they can do, what about the emotional part that, because oh yeah, I can buy this and buy that. And but in reality, at the end of the day, once all that's said and done, and it's just your home or right there, now what? So I want that, that responsibility, someone who can work with me and know that can get used to my quirks and me. I've been alone so long, out of married, divorced, and and then have not taken the time to say, what do I really want and what's before me, instead of looking at the outer person of what I think they should look like, but it's more of how you're treated, because you see that because next thing you know, as you grow older, you see women like, oh, he wasn't all that, but now he's all that, not as great looking, but boy, does he treat his wife well, or he treats that person that everything that you want instead of going with superficial. So it's always about how they treat you. But bottom line, how do you want to be treated? How you willing to be accepted to be treated? And
right.
And that's, part of our self-care of how do you see yourself? How, if you, like they always say as women, if you were a man, how would you treat you? And
Right.
so
That's a good one.
yeah, so I want to, someone who would treat me the way I would treat myself, and vice versa. And but self-love and comes first, and loving yourself and then learning how to love others is a whole different so
that's a huge part, because if you don't love yourself, there's no way you can extend love to anybody else. I had to learn that years ago when I was in a domestic violence relationship where he literally tried to strip me of me, and I had to, it took a while for me to gather myself back together from insecurities, and still, by the grace of God, because that's the only person who could have kept me that way, I still was a loving individual, despite somebody trying to take me mentally, physically, and emotionally. So I just give all glory and power to God, because I tell you, I was at a point where every time I saw another female, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I wish I was her size. Or, I was just saying like really ridiculous stuff like that. And it took me a very long time to, accept myself and love myself. So it does play a big part in, loving another person and caring, about your worth, knowing your worth. You got to know your worth in order for you to be able to be into a strong relationship, because you won't accept just anything. When you know your worth, there's nothing that you settle for, but when you don't, that's when you settle for the worst. It's you're susceptible, let's put it that way, to the worst, because if I had loved myself more then, and if I knew my worth more then, I wouldn't have
knew your
allowed
value.
in value. Yeah. So that's why I sometimes I'm and I'm not upset about my past, because if it wasn't for my past, it wouldn't put me to where I am now and who I am now, and my experiences for me to be able to share with others, so yeah, that's Tara. Thank you for sharing that. Tanya, thank you for sharing that. Is there anything that you guys see yourself doing in the near future in regards to your self-care? Are you gonna, you said you're going to travel more. You said that you're going to start to be more spontaneous. You're not going to just stay home. You're not going to be afraid to go out without someone, Tara. I think that's what you were mentioning. And Tanya, you saying similar, almost similar, because you're saying that, listen, I'm finding myself. I know that I feel much more confident to go out and to do things, and you're comfortable with being alone, and that's, what, that's wonderful, because it takes a lot to get there. You know what I'm saying? And so I commend both of you ladies, and I want you to give me a powerful word that you are right now. Like, are you, I am strong. I am, what is your I am?
I am an overcomer.
Tara?
I am beautiful from the inside out. Okay. And I have self-love. I am beautiful from the inside out, and to knowing my value.
Right.
Knowing my worth. And that's, know your worth, because if you don't know it, you can't show it.
That's a good one. I got to write that down. That's a nice teacher, Tara.
I have to come back and excuse me, y'all, but I need to I need to break this scenario down for y'all one more time.
Go ahead,
Okay.
break it down, please.
And then I'm gonna let we gonna go then. I don't want to hear y'all say I need to know my worth anymore, because it's just like I was talking to you the other day, Linda. I can
Mhm.
find a coin on that ground and say, this ain't worth nothing.
Right.
But then I can go to a pawn shop and see something that looks similar to what I picked up. I can say, hold up, look at this for a minute. This looks just like what I found on the ground. And that man could look at that coin and say, ma'am, do you know what you got? Do
Mm.
you know the value of this coin is over
Wow.
$25,000? But when I picked up that little rusty coin, I said, this ain't worth nothing. So once again, we don't need to know our worth. Because
Right.
man will tell us we're not worth nothing. Man will tell
Right.
us that we're not worth a faithful, committed relationship, because we've been through this and we've been through that. But God sees our value. He says we're priceless. We was bought with a
Yes.
price, and that price that we was bought with, guess what? Only our daddy got the money for that. Only our daddy can pay for that. Our daddy
Yes.
in heaven. So our value is what we got to know.
That's right.
It is a privilege for a man to have us in his life. It is a privilege for the friends that we have to have us as friends. Why? Because
Absolutely.
we're loving, we're loyal, we're beautiful people. We got good hearts. We are that do or die friend with no matter what. If you tell me you going through something, I promise you, if I can't help you, I'm not going to talk about you and put my foot down on you, because you need to know that there's real friends. If I'm your woman, you best to believe that I got your back even when you don't got your own, King. I'm letting you know that you're supposed to be sitting on the throne when you think you should be in the court, being a jester and being a joker. I'm telling you that you're a king. I'm telling you that you're royalty in spite of what you see. That's the type of people that we are. And that means we are valuable. We are valuable. You can't find our worth, because guess what? We're worth more than you'll ever know. We're priceless. So that means there's value on us. We're valuable. Not we got to know our worth. We have to know how valuable we are.
Right.
We have to know that what we give you is priceless. It can't be replicated, duplicated. It got to be reciprocated. That's all we're looking for, reciprocation of what we give you. And everybody's not going to be able to give us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we got to be able to distinguish as we get into relationships. And don't take it personal. We got to learn not to take it personal. That just like Maya Angelou said, when people show you who they are, believe them. Don't fall in love with the possibility of what they could be. Don't fall in love what you think they ought to be. Don't fall in love because you still having hope after they show you time and time again that there is no hope. See things for what it is and grow. Be an overcomer in every situation. Once you've overcome one hurdle, guess what? If that race ain't over, it's okay, baby, because you're going to leap over the next one and leap over the next one. Because in the end, we all going to win in every area of our life, in every area, in our spiritual walk with God, with relationship, with self-love, with, like you said, loving ourselves. Because if you don't love yourself, then you can't expect nobody else to love you. Why you say that, Michelle? Because if we still have low self-esteem and we still have doubt in who we are and what we can become, then we will accept behavior that is not acceptable. So that behavior that we allow somebody to treat us like we're unworthy, or verbal abuse, physical abuse, all it does is it knocks us back down. It takes us backwards from the hurdles that we've already crossed. And we've come too far to go backwards.
Right.
So we are valuable. We are the prize. My God, we are the prize. We are it. And we're going to hold our heads up and we're going to walk like the royalty that we are. We are king's kids. We are Nubian queens.
You're a queen.
And we're going to wait. We waiting patiently, God. Because we know we got to get that list together. And we can't leave nothing out. The word says, write the vision down. Write it down. Make it plain. So that he who reads it can run with it. And though it tarries, wait on it. So the first thing we got to do is write that vision down. We got to write it down what we want. We got to write it down, the qualities that we want out of a man. And guess what? We read that thing every day. God, now you said it is written, right? Everything that you said, you wrote down. Every time there was an accusation, before Jesus said anything, he turned his back and bent down and wrote in the ground and says, it is written. Why? Because when you write something down, it is on paper. You can't forget it. All you can do is keep going back and reading it over and over and over again until it manifests and you get it in your spirit. Because as you read it, you're going to speak it. And as you speak it, you're going to believe it by faith. And God says, now I can move. Now I can move. Because you actually believe what you wrote. You actually believe what I promised you. You actually believe that it's possible. Why? He said, write the vision down. Write what you see. Though it's hairy, wait. Even though it don't come to pass right away, he says, still wait. So next time when I come and read it, I can say, that's right. Linda did say so-and-so. Tara did say so-and-so. Michelle did say so-and-so. Okay. And it lines up with my will. And because it lines up with my will, he starts to dispatch the angels. Go get him now. You don't know where he's going to meet you at. You don't know where you're going to see him at. You don't know how it's going to happen. We just got to know that it's going to happen. We believe that all things are possible. All things are possible to them that believe. And we believe, God. We trust in you, God. We know that we are too good of a person to be here alone for the rest of our lives. God, you said in your word that it wasn't good for man to be alone. So you made man to help me. And God, we know that we are helpmeets. We know that we are able to help birth that dream and that destiny that you put inside that man. We are that other part, God. So continue to work on us in and out. Continue to heal us from those childhood traumas. Continue to heal us from these adult traumas. Continue to heal us from anything that would stop us from walking upright before you. So when you send that godly man, that man after your own heart, that knows how to love us like you love the church, God, that we won't fumble that ball, God, but that we will honor and respect him and live out the rest of our days in honor and in respect and in the love of God. That's my prayer for us tonight.
Hallelujah. Amen.
That's my prayer for us tonight. God, hear our cry tonight, God. You know our heart. You know our heart. You made us. We were fearfully and made in your image and your likeness. God, you knew us while we was yet in our mama's womb. You know every hair on our head. God, you know the intent of our heart is to love and not to do ill to nobody, God.
That's right.
Lord, search our hearts. Anything that's not like you, God, we give you permission to come in and purge and cleanse so we may walk upright before you, God, first upright before you, so that we will be whole when you send that man of God to us. And we know that he's coming. We know that he's going to find us. And we're going to carry ourselves like that virtuous woman, even though our time hasn't come yet, because you have to actually walk in it before you become it. Thank you, God. Right. You got to act like a wife before you become it.
Yes.
You got to act like you're looking for that king to find you. So we can't go out nowhere looking any type of way.
Any kind of way.
We got to go clean and groomed, expecting with the spirit of expectancy that our king is going to find us. He said, when a man finds a wife, he didn't say we're supposed to find her, right? But we need to be in pocket. We need to be in sync. We don't need to be going out there in no head bonnet and no bra on and no drawers on and house slippers going to the grocery store.
No,
because surely he might walk us past by and say, okay, God, surely this ain't she. I'm going to look for another. Stop playing.
Ain't that the truth?
Let me shut up. Because I keep going on and on and on. I know everybody tired to go. But we're going to get it.
What do you think about this powerful testimony, this powerful prayer, and these powerful words?
My Lord.
I appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
We're going to be all right, baby. We're going to be all right.
This is all for you ladies out there. I'm hoping that, you guys are watching this and getting something from it. I hope that it's uplifting you in some type of way. It's allowing you to think, about what you need to do for yourselves. My sister can be so powerful that she got beat. She got beat. Like I had
to shut
to
up. Yeah, I'm
remember
sorry.
myself. I had to sit up more right, because wow, that was powerful.
Right.
I appreciate each and every one of you ladies out there that are taking the time to watch this. This is not coerced. What I love about my platform is it's a comfortable platform for anyone. We don't rehearse any of this. This is just live and uncut. No editing, nothing like that. I like it this way because this is real. This is, realistic ways of communication. Things that we've lost now a long time now. People don't sit down and talk like this anymore. It's all about the texting and the social media. And I'm not, saying anything is wrong with that, but is nothing like true communication. Okay, because you get to hear, up close and personal feelings, instead of a text that you could misconstrue and take it to whatever way you want to take it. So you're hearing it, through, voices and you're looking at each other and you're talking. And I love that communication. So that's why I have these lives. That's why I do, the different topics, because these are things that we face each and every day, that we try to overcome, that we try to learn from and grow from, so I thank each and every one of these beautiful ladies that's up here today with me.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Very grateful. And by the way, guys, that's my sister, just to let you know.
And I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest. She's the baby. That's my baby sister. That's baby sister.
And I'm so grateful to have her here. And Tara, wherever you are you behind the screen? I don't know if you went on a break.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Yes.
Hey, Tara's our sister too. Who's older? Me or you, Tara?
I'm probably in the middle. I'm a year older than Linda. Linda, her birthday's next month.
Oh, well then I'm the older sister. I'm the older sister. Okay, then that's fine. I got two babies up under me. That's okay.
Yeah, we have, and I can't wait for you guys to meet our other sisters that we have that maybe you guys either know already or are going to meet, because I'm going to have a bigger Zoom, but sometimes I select just a certain chosen few that I know are like strong speakers that will be able to communicate and to say their feelings freely. They don't have a problem with being up here. And so, I'm just grateful to have you guys. And next week, I will be having a young lady that has a daughter that has autism. So next week will be about Autism Week, because it's the beginning of April, Autism Awareness. So you guys could feel free to be on to listen or to even ask questions. It's always open. The platform's open to anyone. If you have any other friends or anybody that wants to join, feel free to have them up here. I don't like to share the Zoom too much because I've had experiences in the past that I don't know, some foreign people will come up there, and not foreign literally, but unacceptable stuff come up. So I don't like to share my Zoom too much, only to people that I know, so again, you can feel free to your trustworthy sources. But with that said, if there's anything that you guys like, words of wisdom, please, by all means, give it to these ladies. They, would like to hear it. We'll start with you, Tara.
Well, wow. I think Michelle said a lot of it. I'm 100% in agreement, because I was like, wow, I'm still kind of absorbing what she said. And I just, be you. That's, the best thing, because Sister Michelle said a lot, and I'm in total agreement of what she was just laid out. And same with Linda. I appreciate you guys and having this conversation tonight. It certainly uplifted me, especially on Good Friday. and going
Good,
into the
I'm
new
glad.
day, Resurrection Sunday. So I'm excited, and I'm gonna write my list down.
Yes, absolutely.
I know I need to.
Write it out.
I'm tired of
Yeah.
being lost.
I have
I
to.
want to tell you guys on that part, on the writing, I actually had a friend tell me about, I think about 6 years ago, and I still till this day can't find it. She told me to write 100 things that I want out of a man. And I said, 100 things? I don't know if I could find 100, but I literally sat there and took the time and wrote down 100 things without repeating it. So now I don't even honestly know where that paper is. She said to hide it from yourself. So I'm just hoping and praying that, you know, it really does manifest to be what it's supposed to be. And I always say, God, you know, I want him to be all of what I want on the outside and all of you on the inside. I've been saying that for the last
That's all
couple of
right.
years
I like
now,
that.
because I really truly want, I'm not trying to be funny or anything like that, but I mean, I want to have somebody that matches me. We both are nice looking couple. You know, like when you see those nice looking couples and they look good and they compliment each other. I want that. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it don't matter. No, it do matter to me. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. I'm a Christian
Me
woman,
neither.
but I ain't going to lie. But I'm not saying he got to be perfect, because there's no such thing as perfection. But you know, I would like to have, you know, what I asked for in my list. You know, it doesn't have to be exactly to the T, but I mean, God knows my heart, like Michelle said.
God, I'm not
No,
going
he
to tell no
knows.
story. I want a good looking man that's pleasing to my eye, God. Because if he don't look
Exactly.
good,
And
God,
I'm
I'm not going to
pleasing
want
to
him to
him.
touch me, to kiss me, none of that.
Yeah.
I need him to be cute. He got to be pleasing to my eye, along with the great qualities of you, God, okay? He said
Yes.
he'll give me the
Yes.
desires of my heart. I love a good looking man. I love a good
Yes.
looking man
Yes,
that
ma'am.
smell good. I ain't gonna
Yes.
try to be funny. I ain't the best shape thing, but I love a man that has a physique that just make me want him all over again. Stop playing with me. I don't
Amen.
want
Amen.
no round belly pop little clown. I want what I want, and I can have the whole package there. Why can't I?
Exactly.
Why can't
Exactly.
I have a good looking man with a nice physique? I ain't saying he got to be perfect, but darn it, I want it to be so I be able to stay and be like, God darn, that's all mine, God. Thank you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. I'm
Thank
right
you,
there with you,
God.
sis. Right there with you.
That's right.
And
Why we
it's
gotta
not
be
being shallow.
ashamed? No. But we feel like sometimes that we got to leave that part out because we feel like it's almost like judging. No, it's not judging because everybody's not going to be built the same. But I do know what I like, and I am
Mhm.
attracted to a good looking man. I have
Yes, ma'am.
never, ever looked at somebody that was not pleasing to my sight and said, oh, I want him. Never. Or I'm
Mhm.
interested in him. Never. Or I want to talk to him. Never. He's always been nice looking. So why can't I have a nice looking husband? Why can't I have a husband that when I look at him, I say, God, he's so fine. He look at me and say, damn, she's so pretty. Why?
Mhm.
Why? Why? Why we got to say, well, God, he ain't got to look like this as long as this. No, that's a lie. The devil is a liar and the truth ain't in him. God, I want the whole package deal. I want a godly
Yes.
man. I want a man that loves you, God. I want a provider, a protector. I want a man that
Mhm.
makes me feel safe. I want a
Yes.
man that loves me in spite of me. I want a man that loves me
Mhm.
even when I'm fighting the demons in me. I want a man that
Mhm.
when he sees I'm in trouble, he knows how to get on his knees and pray for me. I want a
Yes.
man that knows how to get some oil and put it on my head and say, anything that is not like God, that is troubling
Mm.
my wife, I rebuke and bind you
Remove.
right now.
Yes.
Loose your
Amen.
hold and let
Amen.
her go right now in the name of Jesus. I
Jesus.
want a man that is powerful, powerful in the Lord, powerful in his looks, powerful in his physique, and powerful with love in my heart. I want it all,
Mm.
God.
Yes, sir.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Now, I
Amen.
ain't
I
finna
think we
slack.
all agree. I think we all agree on that.
I'm
Yes.
not
Yes.
finna slack. We're not gonna, no. We're gonna mean what we say and say what we
Yes.
mean. And God,
I
this is what
stand
we want.
firm. I stand firm in what I just
That's
said. I'm
right.
not
That's
changing it.
right.
You know, mommy always says to me when I say that, oh, you don't know who God has for you, so you should just take what he give you. Yes, I hear you.
No.
Take that, but mommy, I still want what I want. So
Right. And
all of
God know what I want.
on the inside and all of what I want on the outside.
There you go.
That's all. That's a nice fair change.
Mommy, we don't agree with you on that one, mother.
I
We
know.
love you
Look,
though.
I know our daddy was good looking, so we can't say she didn't think
That's
that when
right.
she saw him.
That's
Okay.
right. That's
So
right.
we
So
want
don't
the
be
same
giving
thing.
us any of your things. We want the whole package deal too. That's right.
Oh my
God
gosh.
says, so shall
I
it be.
enjoy doing these lives. I really do. I enjoy it. I like I said, I hope that somebody out there is really relating to these things that we're saying. And if it helps them in some type of way, you know, I really do. I ask God to lead me when I do these, you know, and just direct everything that's going on. You know, it doesn't have to always work out, you know, the way, you know, the introduction first, and then sometimes it could just go right into the conversation like it did today. So like I said, I want to thank, you know, you ladies for being on. I'm so grateful to have you in my life. Kisses, kisses back to you guys. I look forward to many more of these. And again, everybody out there, you know, thank you for watching. And please, if you haven't subscribed, please join New Me, New You Inc. We have a lot of more of these coming out. You know, it's at New Me, New You Inc. Okay. So with that said, ladies, stay beautiful, stay blessed. May God continue to bless you in each and every area of your life. I love you, and we will see each other soon. Love you.
Good night, Tara. Good night, baby. Love you.
Night.
Love you more.
Love you.